Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Ray Sports News and Debates. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the one and the only LeBron James. Going to make this quick little video real quick. I'm at lunch at work right now, so had to find some time to make this video. But yeah, so LeBron, after all these days, weeks of speculation, he was rumored to go to about 5 teams. From what I heard the Spurs, I heard the Timberwolves, I heard the Heat, I heard the Cavaliers, and then I heard Philadelphia. So at all 5 of those teams, he did sign with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with the player option for a 3rd season. And good for LeBron. You know, LeBron has earned the right to make this decision. He's played, 23 years, I think now, or something like that, going to season 24, you know, RIP Kobe, season 24. But, yep, I mean, good for LeBron. Immediate thoughts, I thought he would have been a better fit in Cleveland or Miami, personally. Minnesota, the Spurs, I think all those options are better than Philadelphia. Because he left the Lakers because he was the 3rd option and he felt the Lakers didn't appreciate him, which is like, dude, you're 42 and Luka's 27. Like, who would you go with to develop your team around? The 27-year-old superstar who's dropping 33, 8 and 8 on a week, on a day-to-day basis, like you did when you were 27. So, you know, you can't really get mad at the Lakers. But LeBron, thank you for bringing a championship to Los Angeles. As a diehard Lakers fan, I appreciate all that you've done. You know, you and AD, you brought home a chip. You know, first one since Kobe. You know, again, RIP Kobe. And, you know, I thank you for that. I just think he could have, it makes the least amount of sense out of the 5 teams. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, Tyrese Maxey is a ball-dominant guard who I feel could learn to play off the ball, be your shooting guard potentially, let LeBron take over the point, you know. Okay, Maxey is like, he's versatile. I have faith in Tyrese Maxey. You have Jaylen Brown, who's a ball-dominant guard. Joel Embiid, who's a ball-dominant power forward. But there's only one ball, guys. You know, is it just going to be like, okay, Brown, it's your turn to take a shot. You know, like, this is your possession. Joel Embiid, okay, this one's your possession. You know, like, is it just going to be like a hot potato? Like, you know, how are we going to do it? You know, Brown has experience being the 1B guy, but what, does he go to the C guy now? Is he your second guy? Like, who's the 3rd option between Maxey, Embiid, and Brown? I would assume Embiid, because he's hurt and he only plays about 35% of the games anyway. But I just don't get it. I think him bringing that veteran leadership to San Antonio, to Cleveland, you know, to Miami, to team up with Bam and Giannis, like, I just think it would have made better sense, you know. But I mean, good for LeBron. Immediate, you know, kind of couple of points I want to talk about. If I'm Philadelphia, and hear me out, I don't think this is going to happen, but I think it makes a lot of sense. If I'm Philadelphia, I am trading Embiid to the Sacramento Kings. I don't know if you got to throw in another player, you got to throw in some cash consideration. I'm trading Embiid for Sabonis. Now, hear me out when I say that, okay? Sabonis, he isn't the guy that's going to drop you 30 and 15 anyway. You know, I think he's a good, you know, probably 14, 12, and 6 guy. You know, he could be your defender. He could, you know, he could be that post. You know, he doesn't necessarily need the ball. He can get him on putbacks. You know, he can find LeBron. He can find Maxey. He's a great passer. You know, I don't know what else you have to trade in order to get. It's a bonus, but the Kings know they're going to be terrible. You know, I think they're the only team that it's like, well, okay, well, maybe we can get a couple of picks out of it. And, you know, if Embiid plays, he plays. If not, you know, because Embiid's not going to be the guy in Philadelphia. I'm just sorry. With his injury history, He's just not going to be the guy. LeBron's going to want the ball. Max is going to want the ball. Jaylen Brown's going to want the ball. But, I mean, hey, again, props to LeBron. I'm happy he finally made the decision. Now we can, maybe go on one last run towards a championship. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Once again, LeBron James has signed a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers to continue for season number 24 with the player option for a 3rd year. But, yeah, comment below your thoughts on it. And, yeah, until next time, guys, you guys have a good one.